Hello everyone. This is a mod pack that is called Township Tales. It's supposed to be mine colonies based, which sounds pretty awesome. Now, it is version 0.1 or 0.01, something like that. So there's that. This is one of those, like, mod packs that's just kind of out there on CurseForge. So I have no idea the quality. There is one thing I want to do once we get in. They do not have toast. They do not have the toast thing. They have the starter kit, but it's like all the basic stuff that comes with the starter kit mod. I want to check one thing with mine colonies because there's a thing in mine colonies that a lot of people leave on. Barbarians. I would like to turn that off because that can get super annoying in the start. But he might turn them back on later, but we'll see. There's a lot of like buttons on here that I don't know what any of these are. It's essential. There's an update for it apparently, like, and then there's a wardrobe, and I don't know. There's so many things here. There are shaders, which is cool. I like that we at least start with like a sword and a shield. We are starting out in wherever this is, a Tundra, I guess. So I was looking this up. I was looking for stuff that has quests, and this one popped up, but then it said that there are no quests yet, but they are planned. So like, this is here. Oh, hey, it's a little bit. It's just mine colonies. It's basically a tutorial on mine colonies. Okay. Which is fine. I mean, I already know how to do mine colonies, so I'm not worried. Which I don't want to start mine colonies until we're a little further into things, because it's rough surviving on your own to begin with. Having to then also take care of the colonists can make it even harder. So I really should be more careful with that. Do we have any other biomes nearby? It's all just the freaking cold biome. So that's unfortunate. Source berries are a good start. These are just rubbish, I think. I don't have enough wood. I'm thinking, make an axe, but I'm like, wait, I've only got 2 blocks here. Got like a bug crawling on my back, and it's super annoying. Also, this music is a lot louder than I expected it to be. I'm starting to understand why my default is to go to 30% and then 30% as well. Because holy crap. Music delay? Oh, how often it does the music. Okay. Let's set it to a few minutes. I know I always talk about, like, it'd be nice if the music was a bit more common. And that is true. But at the same time, I would, like, if it's going to be super loud, maybe we don't have it constantly. I'm looking to see if there's any kind of vein miner, FTB Ultimine. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Love that vein mine. Apparently that was a sunny trumpet sap, or sunny trumpet tree. The tiny ones have been the maple saplings. Apparently there's seasons, sort of. This is fertile season year round, but then this one's normal. Wheat seed, summer and autumn. That was a lot. Oh, and it freaking destroyed my axe. So that's great. I actually kind of love that it accounted for that. Let me just dig a little down so that we can get to the stone. I definitely think I want to find a better place. Oops. Than the Tundra here. It still feels really loud, but maybe that's just me. Maybe I have my speakers up too much. It is moving, right? I think so. I didn't turn it off, so it should be. Sometimes I'll turn the daytime off just to make things a little, like, easier on myself. When it's like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna be spending the entire day freaking doing whatever. So I don't really need, you know, time passing constantly on me. Like, there's no point. It looks like there's some kind of structure over here, maybe. So let's head... Yeah, there's some kind of a structure over there. Let's, I guess, head in this direction to start. And we'll see if we can come upon anything, like, helpful. You know, something that maybe isn't freaking Tundra, or Snowy Beach, or, what is this, iceberg biome or something? What is this actually considered? Is it just Snowy Beach? Frozen Ocean. I will say, I'm glad that while there are seasons, a lot of people will combine seasons with the, like, hot and cold thing. Is this a witch house? Young's Better Witch Houses? It is. This is Young's Better Witch. Okay. Yep. That's Young's better witch houses or Hoppo's. I don't remember which one has. Don't remember if it's Hoppo or if it's Young that has the witch houses. What the frick is this? Okay. It's just a stone, literally just a stone archway. There's nothing else to it. Well, this is a little bit better. Snow Blossom Grove. It's not, you know, sheer ice all the way around at least. And these are cherry trees. So that's cool. Yeah. This might work as a starting area. Seriously, it feels like there's some kind of bug crawling on me, and it's annoying the frick out of me. There's also something down here, growth dead forest. So at least there does appear to be some other stuff around here. Why don't we go ahead and knock one of these cherry trees down? Maybe two of them, since the leaves weren't decaying. Make ourselves a nice pink house with that. A nice little starter house out of this. But where would a good place be to set up? I'm also kind of should be a little thoughtful of nighttime coming. We don't have better combat, which is a little unfortunate. You know what? Let me grab this coal. Because coal equals torches. And torches are life. Torches are love. I don't know. Like, maybe right here in this little ravine could be interesting for a start. We got some sheep around here. Well, it is getting nighttime. So let me clear at least a little area out to build something really quick. Because nighttime... Ooh, dynamic lighting. I hate it. I don't. It's more just, you know, it makes it harder to know where like stuff is lit up and where things aren't lit up, because you're walking around with like a torch and it's lighting stuff up, and then you're like, oh hey, you know, yeah, this looks lit up, and then it's not. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Technically, it's 9 by 9. So, just put a door right there. Keep picking up a lot of stuff. Alfalfa, oats, Starworm Equestrian mod. Alright. Whoa. Forgot that I just kind of left a hole there. And this was why I wanted to get something built. Because night was approaching. There isn't something... I've been playing, you know, my survival world now for so long, like, I've kind of forgotten how, like, early game combat feels, you know, when you have, like, wooden gear. So I'm sitting here like, are these mobs harder than normal, or is this just the way it is at this level? You know, like this early on in the game. I love everybody's starter house. Like, seriously, this is what everybody builds. Just like a square starting area. Did I just go all the way around? I think I just walked all the way around for no reason. And there we go. Protection! Mostly. Because, obviously, we don't have a door. Which is easy enough to handle. And also, we have a hole in the floor. Which is also fairly easy to handle, actually. Just like that. Boom. I'm glad that they give me a little food. Put a couple of torches up so that we're nice and lit up in here. And now we're just gonna kinda hang out a bit and try to wait for the night, really, since I do not have shears to get wool. Does this have a category? Overlay? JEI? I didn't even know JEI had overlays. Category. Do this mod pack have the... I don't know. Let me just clear that. There is a mod out there for light overlay. And if it's not in here, that would be one of the things I would highly recommend that the mod pack owner or creator add. Unless, again, JEI has like an overlay. I think that's just the thing on the right side, though. I don't think that's the thing that like shows light. Usually it's F7. Nothing. At least that's usually what I use, is F7. Nope. That did nothing. Okay. That's going to be a little difficult. Ask a farmer to plant this for you. Easier to find with a quality hoe. Ah! That's from mine colonies. Okay. I didn't know that mine colonies had things that were only like farmable via the farmer. Cool. Where are we at? Okay, they don't have... What is it to make a basic wallet? Leather and string. Okay, that's... I mean, I don't have that, but... Hey, you can compost rotten flesh. Yay! That makes me so happy. When people add that as a recipe, like, oh my gosh, it's so much nicer. There's no good way of getting leather, is what I'm seeing. There's no rotten flesh to leather or anything like that. So no easy way to get like starting leather, but that's fine. There doesn't need to be. I was just wondering if maybe there was a possibility of something like that. I always forget how much wood it takes to make a chest. Nice chests, though. I'm just gonna... Hey! That's right, I'm playing modded. I can just freaking drag and drop. So many things I've gotten so used to just not having. So... I do know it's, I think, Tom's Simple Storage is in this. Yes, Tom's Simple Storage. So that's really handy. We need quartz to get the storage terminal. And then we need diamonds to get the crafting terminal. And then, of course, we need quartz and diamonds to get the inventory connector. But that's neither here nor there. Connects inventories with the inventory connector. Converts the block in front of it into an inventory. Yeah, there's like inventory cables. Things like that. I don't know that I've ever actually used Tom's Simple Storage myself, but I've seen it used, and it is really nice from what I've seen. So, there's that. It is getting to be daytime, it would seem. Shaders make the game darker, unfortunately. Sort of my one complaint with just modern gaming as a whole. And I've said it before, but it seems like, you know, HD somehow means make everything both lighter, like make the brights really bright and the darks really dark. And it's like, can we not though? My poor eyes can't see the light now. I can't, my terrible vision can't see things in the bright because it's too bright. and my terrible eyes cannot see anything in the dark because it's too dark. So can we maybe not do that with the whole make the brights really bright and the darks really dark, so that like I can see, please? 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to break 4 blocks, and then the block underneath it. 5 blocks altogether. Though I suppose, now that I'm thinking about it, we have Ultimine. And Ultimine has an option for like making stairs. Let's see, mining tunnel, escape tunnel. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. But also, I don't have enough durability. Oh, that immediately broke. Good. Like, I knew I didn't have enough durability for that anyway. But, hey, that did help. That got us all the way down here. I think it got stopped by that. Hang on. I saw Jade in here. Did I not? Maybe I did not. Is there no Wayla? No Wayla, no Jade. Thought I saw Jade in here. Swim. I have no idea what that is. Quark. Ponder, Oculus. I mean, I could always turn off shaders. Thus thereby negating every, complaint that I just had. Yeah. Jade, right here. Isn't this a Wayla thing? Been configured with 0. Mod settings. I'm confused. Show overlay. There it is. Yay! Yes, I am a freaking Wayla like person. I don't know. This is a magnetite block. I don't know what that is. It's something create based, but it might be a create add-on as opposed to like actual create. See, like, this is the problem. Like, I've got shaders, and so I'm seeing like, oh, everything's nice and light here. And it's not. Like, and I don't know why that it's actually a little weird that everything is kind of light here, to be honest. Maybe it's this lava that was making things bright. I don't know. It just seems too bright for being dark. You know? Alright, well, I need a new pickaxe regardless of what we do from here. So I'm gonna go back up and get us another pickaxe. Right, I can, again, just shift click in. I don't have to click everything individually, which is super nice. I still wish that was a default thing in Minecraft. I put everything in this chest for some reason, which is technically fine, I guess, but I didn't really mean to do that. Let's take our trumpet logs. And actually, I'm gonna make a second furnace. And I'm going to cut these in half. Going to make, here, make 8 planks. And we're gonna throw these in here and get some charcoal going. Like, that's the whole point of that, is get charcoal so that we can make torches. I guess I'll make that other pickaxe while I'm right here. Because having a second pickaxe is always nice. And the reason I only put in a couple of planks is because as soon as these are done and these planks are used up, I can shove some charcoal in here. And thus power the charcoal production by quite a bit more. Much more easily. So we'll let that keep smelting. There goes the pickaxe. Something in how I mined completely screwed up this whole path here. Let's see. We know that there's lava that way. So I'm gonna dig through here a little bit. We're at Y36. Well, here's some zinc. I can't mine it currently. This is what I like about stuff like Wayla and Jade, is when it tells you, yes, you can mine this, or no, you can't mine this, you know? I already need a new pickaxe from that. Yay, the fun of early game. So fun, right? I'm not complaining. It's much easier because of the whole, us having Ultimine, I use ore excavation in my mod packs. But I can definitely see where Ultimine is very handy. I do wish that we had a little bit of silent gear. I don't believe we have silent gear in this mod pack. Nope, we do not. So, there's that. But I also don't even know if silent gear is, like, up to date with this version of Minecraft. I'm not even entirely sure what version we're in, if I can be honest. I think it's 120.1. But I'm not 100% sure on that. Cool. Charcoal. Charcoal to make torches. Again, unfortunately, I keep forgetting to light things up purely due to the way these shaders are. Like, usually, I'm like, oh, it's dark. I should light things up. But these shaders, like... I guess these shaders are doing one thing right, which is they're making the dark brighter. So, like, it's not as ridiculous to, like, see things. Ooh. Okay. Small square. I mean, so it's not completely just, you know, go straight over, but I'm gonna build out just a little bit so that, you know, I'm not getting down here and then realizing that freaking, I'm not like walking off. But then beyond that, I mean, it's just building out, really. Mud. I do believe this mod pack uses Terralith, which I usually avoid due to it being resource intensive. And also due to the fact that usually I'm wanting to build the mod pack as like server based. You know, because it's like, okay, you know, maybe I want to play it on a server with friends, right? And Terralith is a bit resource intensive, to the point where some server hostings legitimately, like, can't run it. Even with, like, their really good, really, like, not good, but, like, really high-end, server, like, costs. Like, oh, you know, they're gonna charge me, you know, $20 or something. But then, as it turns out, like, it can't actually run. Freaking... Ooh, you can make blaze rods? Kenzerite dye? It's like orange dye? Yeah, it does the same thing as orange. Why doesn't it just make orange dye then? Whatever. Boy, I am really just not noticing where things need to be lit up. Which, on one hand, great. Like, it means that things are really well lit. And so maybe I don't need to worry about, you know, lighting things up for your view. You know, you the viewer. But it means that it's going to be really easy for mobs to spawn and me to be like, wait, what? That was not dark enough? I don't think I can mine. It just shows a pickaxe. Oh, I can. Thorium? It makes a heat pump. That's all it does. You can use a heating plate to generate heat during daytime. Heat pipes can be used to spread heat around. Heat pipe, not heat pump. When provided with heat from below, a Stirling engine will start to rotate. Stirling engine is provided with more heat, it will rotate a bit less slowly. Use a heat pump to pump heat forward. So a way of like, if a block breaks, it turns into lava. Good. That's fun. So this must be some kind of an ore. Magnetic force. Generating electricity. And rotated generator coils will generate electricity as long as they're surrounded by magnetite. Generated can be collected using the carbon brushes block. The magnetic force of magnets around generator coils increases, the percentage of SU being turned into electricity also increases. The efficiency increases, the amount of SU used by the generator coils also increases. Huh. Generator coils do not generate rotation, only electricity. Interesting. So, I think create New Age is something about generating electricity through create then. Well, I mean, I might as well keep grabbing it. I was confused because my shovel was missing. And then I remembered it broke on the gravel when I mined the gravel. I wonder if copper has any real uses in this. It probably has like uses for create. I could see create doing something with copper. Like, yeah, like copper casings. Oh yeah, fluid pipes are copper, aren't they? So we do want copper in that case. So copper is good for us to grab. Like, if I were to turn off the shaders, would I just see nothing but darkness right now? Like, no, like, I don't know, it's, again, it's nice that the world is lit up, but it's kind of a pain that I can't see where the darkness is. You know? Like, if everything is lit up at all times, then how do I know where it's dark, you know? I guess I'll keep collecting the little bits of magnetite I'm finding. I am getting a good amount of iron. And so that is helpful. That is glow lichen. This is deep slate layer. I'm so not used to, like, for those who have watched my current vanilla episodes, like, I have a diamond sword with Smite 5. Like, I'm just used to everything dying instantly. You know? Like, you one-shot everything. Why is lapis, like, glowing? That's weird. Like, is that part of the shaders? Or is there like a mod that makes it so that... Because like redstone is doing that automatically too. But redstone actually glows. I mean, you have to activate it, I suppose. Normally. But like, it does actually glow. So that doesn't weird me out that much. It's just like, oh, it's glowing before it gets activated. Okay. But like, lapis glowing is just, it's surprising is all. Confusing. 'Cause I don't think it glows in vanilla at all. I don't know that lapis even has a reason to glow. And it doesn't look like the other ores are glowing. I know there is a shader out there, I don't know which one it is, that does make, wow, a whole one ore. That does make like all of the ore glow. To my knowledge, that's not the one I'm using. Especially since it doesn't look like the normal ores are glowing. It just seems to be the lapis and the redstone. No! Oh. My iron. I didn't realize, though, that it had just fallen down like one block. I thought that it had fallen like super far down, and I was like, no, my iron. But it's fine. Holy crap, this goes far down, though. I mean, we're only at -2, but I'm pretty sure that's like -30 down there. At least. Oopsies. I have no pickaxe. It should be fine, since we got here without, like, needing to mine. Yeah. I just come up here. I should have enough iron that I can upgrade to, like, an iron pickaxe at this point. Plus, it looks like we're kind of going to just want an iron pick kind of early. Usually I hold off on upgrading to iron for a little while because like, you've got to get the iron, and then you've got to, like, have enough to be able to, like, replenish the pickaxe, and... But, if we're gonna get... I mean, what? How many do we have here now? I wasn't looking. 58? Got 58 iron. Like, I think we're alright. Whoopsies! I'm gonna put 3 coal in here. Now we have 28 charcoal now. And an easy source of more charcoal. So that's good. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to see if this mine colonies is set up to I'm gonna need a lot of space for this though. So in mine colonies, you can decide whether you want it to, if you want the supply camp to, like, give you a bunch of, like, starting resources. So I guess I can double check that. Making a couple of axes. 1, because this axe is almost dead, and 2, because I'm going to need the space for the supply camp. You actually have to have the space, like, free to place the supply camp down. And, like, it has to be flat ground and, like, no trees or anything in the way. It can be a little annoying to get mine colonies started, I'm not gonna lie. But it's still one of my, like, favorite mods out there. Whoops. And this is gonna be slightly annoying because I made the shovel just so that I can mine the snow faster, but now I'm gonna get snowballs. It's one of those, like, great, I can mine faster, but now my inventory is cluttered things, you know? I don't have any dirt on me, actually. That's alright. Gonna mine several of these trees. This is partly why I just made a crap ton of axes. Wow, okay. I made 2 axes. But, you get my point. Like, this is why I made multiple axes, because I'm pretty sure that by the time I'm done clearing this out, I will easily have gone through both of these stone axes. So we don't have snow real magic. Which is not at all what it sounds like it is. It sounds like it's a magic mod. But it's really just kind of a port of the snow mechanics from Bedrock. Good lord, look at all these saplings I'm getting. And one of Bedrock's mechanics for snow is that snow layers will fall when you mine them. Like when you mine the block that they're on top of. Unfortunately, there can be no snow on the ground when I put down the supply camp, because it will count as a block that is blocking the supply camp. And thus, I will not be able to place the supply camp. Granted, what I could do is place the supply camp, and it will give me an outline of what actually needs to all be cleared. And then I can go out and, like, actually clear all of that. Which is nice, you know, admittedly. But I already know that I just don't have enough space to begin with, so I'm just kind of working on it. Like, all of this snow has to be mined. I'm hoping that the snow's not, like, regenerating. I feel like I mined this section already, but I suppose I probably didn't, because I would have also mined all of the freaking petals here. So, freaking, speaking of these petals, those and these snowballs all need to just get yeeted. Good Lord. I'm gonna be honest, this is one of the things I'm very not fond of in, like, recent Minecraft. IBX Toy Cat kind of talked about it a bit too. He's like, the drops are just adding more clutter to the world. Like, a lot of there's just more and more clutter being added, and it's really annoying. It's like, it started with the freaking cherry blossom, the pink petals, you know? And then after the pink petals, it was like, oh, now freaking we're adding the wildflowers and the leaf litter. And it's like, can we maybe not add like 1,000 types of freaking, like, world clutter that I now have to just sit here and freaking break and mine and remove from the world? But I know that people like it. I know that there are people that like it, and I'm not the only voice out there for Minecraft. But, like, can we not have freaking so much clutter? I mean, look, I broke an iron shovel from all the freaking snow. I mean, okay, it's an iron shovel. It has, like, freaking, what, 200 and something durability? 250. But that's still 250 blocks that I've mined. And most of it was snow. You know what? I don't know why I haven't done this yet. Normally, I'm a big advocate for like, well, just use the tool up, you know? But when it comes to defense, like, there really is no reason not to. Oh my gosh, you can't even vein mine snow. How annoying is that? Well, at least you can freaking vein mine the petals. Poof. Done. But it won't let me ultra mine the freaking snow. Poof. Poof. I feel like the snow has been regenerating. But maybe it hasn't been, and I'm just paranoid. I should find those sheep. Should find those sheep. Because I have enough iron to make shears. Which means I can get wool. Which means I can make a bed. So I should try to locate those sheep. There are some passive mobs over this way, according to Journey Map. There's also a lot of red markers, which are hostile mobs. I thought I turned off mob griefing, but I guess I did not. I must have missed that one. Thank you. Easy enough to do. I just thought, like, at the beginning, when you're able to, like, set all the game rules before you even, like, enter the world, I thought I did that. But, apparently I did not. I realized this when that creeper exploded and left a giant hole. In fairness, it did help me mine out a little bit. Assuming I need to be this far over anyway. You probably don't. Thanks. Well, hey, at least there's waypoints. This is why I needed a bed. So that I wouldn't have to respawn way the heck over here. That said, there is sugarcane. Fertile season, summer. Good. That means it can only grow in the summer. And I don't even know what season it currently is. So I don't know if it can even grow right now. Banana fruit. Nope. I don't get banana. I mean, I know it said growth 0%, but I figured maybe if I broke it, maybe it would give me, you know, saplings or seeds or something along those lines. And I could, like, plant elsewhere. But I think the whole seasons thing is also just making it so that those aren't growing. But maybe not. It could also be that it's not growing due to simply the fact that it's not in, like, the chunks that are loaded. So, either or. Okay, I need to find those sheep again. Maybe I'll wait till day. Guess I could get a hoe. I also don't know if there's any, like, gravestone mods. Let's see. There's no co-rail. Corpse. Cool. So if I didn't have keep inventory, at least there would be corpse. I need a bucket. To hold some water. Yay, it's getting to be daytime. There was water over here. Let me correct this egregious oversight in the world generation. That said, I was watching a video earlier called Disney's Hercules from Hades' perspective is hilarious. And I thought it was really funny that it wasn't, that they weren't doing it from, like, Hades from the, you know, from the movie, but like the real Hades, you know, like mythological Hades, I should say, because I mean, I'm pretty sure that, you know, the Greek gods don't actually exist. They could have been. This is gonna be like, okay, sorry, you're insane. Like, it is possible that if, you know, aliens have been to our world, you know, beings from other worlds, it is possible that stories like the Greek gods could have come from, you know, those you know, visitors from another world. Because, like, people back then, like, they wouldn't understand, you know, a laser gun. It's like, oh, he called lightning from sky. Nope, it's a laser gun, you know? I don't know that I believe that to be the case. But I think it's as likely as, like, anything else, really. And maybe that's just me kind of being like, well, in my world, like, the initial gods were from other worlds. So maybe that's how it really was, you know? I don't know. That's just like how it is in my, like, universe. The like universe that I'm making for, like, my stories and things. Not all gods came from, like, not all of the gods were otherworldly travelers. But the, like, first few gods that came to the world were, in fact, from another world. And religion basically got started because of that. Like, there was no real concept of gods or even godhood until the first few gods came to the world. The idea kind of being like, you know, there really wasn't a concept of, you know, gods. Until somebody else came that, you know, was that kind of, that was, what's the easiest way to explain it? I'm fumbling with my words because I'm, like, trying to say it really fast. But I probably should just give, like, more context instead of trying to just be like, you know, here's the thing in 5 seconds, go, you know. But yeah, in Versamy, there were races that came to the world that basically started the idea of, like, you know, we have gods, and so then people, you know, they were, like, super strong and things, and the people of Versamy were like, oh, like, they have gods, like, do we have gods? And then they started to create gods, basically. And, like, people that were really strong, they started just associating those with gods. Because the gods from the other worlds were, like, super strong. So it was like, oh, well, this person is strong, therefore that makes them a god, you know? And then eventually, you know, that turned into the more, you know, through myth and legend and things, that turned into the more standard view of what a god was. And then kind of post that, like, once it was like, oh, gods are, like, they're not mortal, you know, they're, you know, these big crazy, like, immortal whatever, you know, then people turned around and, like, associated that with godhood. And so then, of course, because there were the mortal gods, all of a sudden it's like, well, now they obviously weren't mortal because they were gods, you know, like, as time and, like, you know, myth and such happened, you know, people became more and more, like, you know, old stories became, you know, more and more exaggerated, and in the end, you ended up with people who were just, like, strong dudes, or, like, good people, you know, good guys, like, legitimately, like, these people were just, like, good, you know, like, those stories turned into, well, they weren't just good. It turns out that they were good because of the fact that they were gods, you know. It wasn't just that they were good, like, it turns out, like, they were actually gods the whole time. And so, oat seeds? I don't even know, like, what do these do? Like, what can I grow? I assume they grow into oats, but there isn't, like, a farming thing. Oat bushel. Well, they turn into oat bale, and they make sweet feed. They don't help me in the slightest with food, so I'm not gonna plant them right now. Timothy seeds. I, again, don't know what that is. I typed Tom. Timothy bushels, which are exactly the same thing. They are not food. Well, that's a problem, because I don't know what season it is. Like, if I plant wheat, am I gonna even, like, is it even gonna grow? You know? I don't know. I don't know what season it is. There doesn't seem to be anything that tells me what season it is. Unless I'm just missing something, which is very possible. Oh. Well, that sucks. That's definitely gonna make any of this a lot harder. If my freaking water source is gonna keep freezing over. And I assume that that's because we're in a freaking cold biome. So that's frustrating. Time to sleep. What was that? Arzivo adds built-in dynamic lights. Oh, okay. That I didn't actually know, but cool. There. Now that'll stay melted. Hate doing that, but I gotta, like, have some place to grow stuff. Of course, it doesn't matter if freaking it's not summer or autumn. This is why I'm trying to, like, get a spot for the supply camp. Because if it does have stuff in it, it'll have a ton of food. Actually, can I do a... I think this is... Is it a one block? I didn't even think about this. Using Ultimine to kind of help with, you know, the freaking stuff here. Nice and sunny. Alfalfa, Timothy. None of that is helpful to me right now. And there goes my shovel, but I knew that was coming. Cool off. Also, I should make a waypoint. Base. Magenta's fine. I never am very good at, like, actually making something pink. But that's a different marker. So I don't know how to clear that one. Oh wait, I still have source berries. Like, I can just also plant a bunch of these. Kind of. I don't want to plant them incorrectly, because they will hurt. Well, these are growing at the moment. There's at least a little bit of help. Where are we at? Hour and a half now? I'm really wondering if I should have kept going into this area. But no, because this is ice down here, it looks like. So even this is probably a cold biome. Although there is some arc wood over there, that would be really good to collect. I'm gonna go collect that arc wood. Plus, I can get some more source berries for food. They may not be, you know, overly saturating, but they grow pretty heavily. Pretty heavily and pretty regularly. Yeah! I knew I recognized those purple. Knew I recognized that purple. Well, it left a bunch up there that I really can't get to right now. Probably shouldn't have just ate those immediately, because I think I needed to put those on the tree to grow more. I don't think they drop like from the tree. I think they actually come from... They're like cocoa beans, you know? Like they grow on the sides of the tree. And those would have been really good to keep my hands on, considering that they were bastion fruit. So, rip. Yeah, see, like this. That's mangosteen over there. Bastion fruit's like that. It grows on the sides of the tree. I did get some apples from these oak trees, though. Or whatever they were. Maple trees. So that's not too bad. I've got some I did get some mangosteen. I don't remember what the mangosteen does, but I should be able to grow more at least. Maybe if I cut down more maple, I can get some more apple. I don't think I want to try to cut down any more since my axe is about to break. So I'll just take my saplings and skedaddle. I didn't even see the green leaves of the... which one is it? The flourishing? I didn't even, like, see those over there. I only noticed that those were even there when I got over there. I was like, wait a minute. There's a green tree here, too. So we'll put down a couple of these. And I don't know where to put the vexing because I don't really have a lot of space for it. Because there's just a lot of crap. Supply camp. Use these supplies to assemble a supply camp to serve as a foundation for your own colony. Within it, aside from ample resources, you'll find a salvaged town hall block and build tool to lay the groundwork to the new colony. Founding a colony demands resilience. Beyond the basic necessities of shelter, sustenance, and healing lies the imperative to fortify against the looming threats of piracy and barbarism. Yet, should you endure these trials, potential for growth knows no bounds. From artisans to scholars, miners to alchemists, your settlement holds the promise of evolving into a self-sustaining bastion of prosperity and knowledge. Make sure to find a flat, open area large enough for the camp's layout to place it. So what do we even have? Oh, we have, like, different stuff. Well, okay, so we have these three. Otherwise it's all just the standards, which is fine. Ooh, there are... Well, No, ancient Athens is part of it now. It used to be separate, but colonial is the default. Cavern is cool, but it's really, like, insane. Pagoda, you've got Caledonia. Caledonia used to be the default, so that's interesting. Now it's colonial? I don't think I've ever seen the colonial style. So that's neat. Ooh, small colonies? Ha, Littleton. Aquatica, high magic. Yep, that's probably what we're going to do. Crimson Keep, underwater base, steampunk, frontier, functional fantasy, antique, towering townscape. What the frick? Modular megastruction style pack for mine colonies. Pack that requires tons of resources, especially breaking down the ocean monument to progress to upper level. What the frick? Modern architecture and fantasy. Escape-proof animal pens and a fire-breathing dragon. What? That's interesting. Modular keep that's kinda expensive. This looks like it's a lot of crimson wood, would be my guess, just based off the name. Subnautica-inspired underwater style. Cobbled diocrate hell guaranteed. Requires a deep ocean to start. I think we'll do high magic, thanks. So this is what will become the supply camp. You note that I didn't say this is the supply camp. I said this is what will become the supply camp. Because it has to be flat. And when I say flat, I mean it can't have any other blocks in it. Which means that not only do I have to, like, find a spot for this, or, you know, build a spot for it, but I must also turn around and ensure that I pick up my torches. Otherwise, it will count that as not being able to build. So, at least I have my source berries. Now, the nice thing is, why did it do that? It like moved it on me, which is really weird. And the nice thing is, I can move this around until I find a really good spot for it. And I can see where it's going to be at. There's 4 beds, 2 crafting tables, a furnace, crystal, which is really cool. I like that. I might have a problem because that looks like it goes into the ground. But we'll see what the game decides. Some of these torches are mine. Some of these torches are projections of future torches. Which ones are mine and which are projections, I don't know. But yeah, no, that's a good spot for it, honestly. Like, I think this is good. So we'll hit the check mark. Awesome. It placed perfectly fine, which means that there was nothing in the way. We've got a lectern. Logs. These crystals seem to be able to be built and could be used to power specific buildings. We will harness this power. We will use it to prosper. So these crystals that are technically just stained glass, but still. Got a lantern. Ooh, we got one thing of bamboo. Don't mind if I plant that. We got a couple of flowers over here. And this is the most important part right here. As you can see, there are chests that are full of things like food. And now that we have built this, it is now our responsibility to tear it all down, basically. The supply camp legitimately serves no actual purpose other than giving you the town block and the structure wand to begin with. Other than, you know, the possibility of giving you some supplies. It did give me some wood. It did give me some torches. It gave me a little glass. Stone tools. But here's our build tool and our town hall. And those are the things that we need to even get started with mine colonies. Without those, we can't even, like, begin to mess around with it. So, on one hand, great. It gave me some freaking food, like I was hoping. On the other hand, while it gave me potatoes, these only grow in spring, it says. And I still don't know what season it is because my wheat crops are not growing. So we'll find out if it's spring by letting those grow. Where did I have everything in my inventory. I'm dumb. These are spring and autumn. So I guess we'll find out if it is either of those by planting them. And worst comes to worst, we always have source berries. Calendar. Early spring. Day 6 out of 8. Well, I mean, that helps. I don't actually even need the calendar if I can just see the freaking thing. So, early spring. So the potatoes should grow just fine then. Same with the carrots. These wheat seeds, on the other hand, are slowly growing sometimes. Maybe it doesn't prevent growth and it just makes it grow like super slowly. Because everything else is 0 except this one wheat crop. Serene Seasons. Season sensor with a calendar. And then also a calendar. Is there no way to... like... greenhouse glass? I know that's a thing in some mod packs that have seasons, but I'm not seeing any... I mean, I even typed in greenhouse. I'm gonna have to look that up. Because that's gonna get really annoying if there's no, like, way to... like... if there's no workaround, you know? I was seeing if maybe any of the blue, or rather the purple fruit there that I had, the bastion fruit, spawned in. I don't think that happens though. I don't think it actually like can spawn in when the tree does. I think it only appears in the wild, so. Oh hey, there's a birch tree here and a dark oak sapling. Great that it gave me one dark oak sapling. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? I can't grow a dark oak tree with only one sapling. I need 4. Like, you legitimately can't. Neat. Shows a little preview of the screenshot up there at the top. Wonder what mod that is. Cooked mutton. Also, it's going to be a pain if I can't grow any wheat right now. These 3 are growing. Because if I do want to, like, get animals, I'm gonna need to have wheat to breed them. So that could become a very minor, like, severe issue. Only a minor severe issue, though. Not, like, a big severe issue. Just a minor one. I mean, at least I can freaking mine those easily. I suppose I could make a composter. In fact, I might go ahead and make an auto composter. How do I get rid of this? It goes away when I get close, but then it comes back when I walk away. Probably something in the corpse mod that I need to look at. I usually don't add gravestone mods into my mod packs that I make, because usually I mark that, you know, keep inventory is the intended method of play. I do sometimes add co-rail because it has some neat, like, magic stuff in it. But usually I don't bother Because again, I play with keep inventory on. So therefore, the things I make are going to be built around that. You know? Because if I'm gonna, you know, make a mod pack, I'm gonna want to play said mod pack. And what good is making a mod pack that I then don't play, you know? Like, if it has stuff in it that I don't like, then why would I play it? So, composter. Also, I might want to consider a compost barrel. In fact, the compost barrel might technically even be better. Because we do have the build tool now. Have to go grab it. I think I'll do both. Wood, dirt, iron, build tool. Oh, I don't have the planks. Let me grab the planks. Compost barrel. And then if I do that, yeah, cool. Those do work in the compost barrel. Well, see, like the compost barrel is just legitimately better than the composter is the problem. I don't have the iron or the dirt. I mean, you can't auto... Oh, yeah. Again, because of the stupid build tool, it won't let me auto fill more than one. But yeah, I don't think I can, like, auto the compost barrels. But the compost barrels are just otherwise legitimately better. Because the compost itself is better. So, but I'm gonna make, and I realize I just kind of goofed on this, because I need 2 barrels. So I should have made more planks and slabs. I am going to make an automatic composter anyway. Even if the compost barrels are like legitimately better. Okay. I really didn't want to dig it down one, but I legitimately have to. Oop. If you've never made an automatic composter before, this is how you do it. Now you don't need to have barrels. They can be chests. But there it goes. Automatically producing bone meal. I think the compost barrels will change design once they're done. And the compost barrels will let us get compost, which one gives us composted dirt, which makes crops grow faster. But also it just acts as bone meal. So it's like you put in 16 items, I think it is. Something like that. 8. Wow, it's even better than I thought. 8. And then you get 6. Like, can you complain about it? Okay, some of them are 16. Some of them are 32. But like, yo. Like 6 guaranteed bone meal every time. Whereas I've gone through all of those freaking flowers. Well, I guess not all of them. But yeah, I mean, what? Petals? 16 for 6? That's a pretty good deal. I've gotten 10 bone meal so far. Like, it's a pretty good deal. Sorry, I was looking for something to drink while I was talking. Because, as you may have noticed with me clearing my throat here, my throat's getting parched. Because I haven't drank anything since we started. So, I'm really bad about that. Like remembering to drink anything. I'm really bad at staying hydrated. Let me sleep through the night here. Down, kitty cat. I really would like to find something else. I think it's another flourishing over there. I really would like to find some other biome though, if I'm gonna do mine colonies, because this biome just sucks. I mean, not that this would have been much better. But I would prefer not to stay in a freezing biome, I guess. Why don't we... You know, we've got our initial base here. And it's all well and good. But it's not as great as it could be. So I'm thinking what we do is we can go on the hunt for a better biome. I don't suppose there are sleeping bags. There are not. Okay. So I will need an actual, like, bed here. Come on. Well, I go over there and for food, go. My cat's like, wanting to jump over to where her food bowl is. But then she's like, nah. Well, maybe, nah. Well, maybe, nah. So if you want your food, go. I could have just grabbed one of those beds. Too late, we're making a gray bed. At least we'll have some bamboo when we come back. Well, I mean, I don't know. Is FTB chunks in here? Yes. Okay. FTB chunks is in here, so I can, like, chunk load. Whoops, is it shift click? Yes. I can chunk load this area. Oop. Nice thing about bamboo, once you start getting a few, the rest follow suit. We know where our base is. We even have our spawn point set there. Which is kind of why I was hoping for sleeping bags, because then maybe we wouldn't set our spawn point somewhere else. Like, as night approaches, you know. But it's fine. We'll work with it. Like, this, I would technically say is better. Because of, like, the you know, not having a bunch of snow and leaf litter and other crap. Well, not leaf litter, I guess it's petals. But at the same time, I know that it's going to freeze over like this. So I really would prefer not, because then my farms are going to freeze over and that's going to be annoying. This is a fur biome. I'm pretty sure this is another cold biome. But just beyond that, nope. It used to be that you could pick up the Pam's, like, garden things without breaking, or without, you know, breaking. You could pick up the garden itself. I don't remember if you had to shift click or use shears, but neither of those worked. So, but hey, we got some new crops. It does look like there's a really nice green biome over here. So, it may not be very far to where our home is going to be. This looks like it's going to be a really annoying biome too. Shift right click, shift click. Nope. Sprouts, rose bushes. I mean, I don't mind grabbing new crops. It's just I was kind of hoping that I could shift click them to pick them up and then not have so much inventory clutter. Field. This is the field biome. I see. There's a lot of sprouts, but that should be okay because I can just freaking ultimine. It's weird because I'm seeing frost gardens, but this doesn't appear to be a cold biome. Or at least the water isn't freezing over anyway. I do see that there are Young's bridges. Those are always neat to see. That is one of the mods that I like to add into this. See? Young's bridges. It's cool, because you get this naturally spawning bridge. Sometimes it's really dilapidated. And sometimes it crosses over into nothing. Like, this is literally just a teeny tiny little island. But if you ever wondered where I got the inspiration for my bridge in the survival series, this is kind of where I got the idea. I was working on my mod pack and went, hey, you know, there are pumpkins. This is about to break my... Yep, there it goes. I was about to break my axe, were the words I was gonna say. Follow, please. Ooh, what's all that over there? Hang on. I was just about to say that this is good, but I'm curious what this is over here. Whatever. Quinoa, raspberries, rutabaga. Like, I'm not gonna grow all of this stuff anyway. So I'm kind of just like, well, you know, like, what out of this do I want? Like, I probably want the freaking, well, not, that's broccoli. That's not what I was, cabbage. I probably want the cabbage. Is cabbage and lettuce, are those the same things, or are they different? Because if they're different, then I probably don't want the cabbage. I want lettuce. That looks awesome. Let's not drown. Well, there's a lot of grass. I guess that does make sense. It is a grassland. Ooh, wait. There's a village over here. Like a vanilla Minecraft village. Waystones! I didn't even know those were in here. Heck yeah. I was just gonna be teleporting around with the journey map, but if there's waystones, frick it, dude. I don't need to teleport with journey map then. Loot chests! Really good for multiplayer. Because then multiple players can get the same thing out of stuff. Oh, hi. I like that there's zombies and the villagers are just like, yeah, I'll go walk out into that. No problems. All the villagers are unemployed. Despite all of their blocks being here. So that is a little odd. Ooh, there's redwood forest. There's another village down there. Oh my gosh, this is where I wish we had spawned. Because this is great. This is, I love this. Oh, look at that. Oh, I love the redwood forests. In biomes aplenty. Maybe this uses biome. I mean, it does use biomes aplenty, but maybe it doesn't use Terralith. I thought it did. Maybe that's a different mod pack that I. Well, no, because the only other mod pack I downloaded today was Stoneblock. Stoneblock 3. Look at this. I love this. These are great, man. Clover Patch. These are like one of my favorite biomes in biomes aplenty. Don't get me wrong, they're an absolute pain if you want to actually like cut these trees down, but this is just one of my favorite biomes. It's settled. This is where we're gonna build our colony. We've got a vanilla. We got 2 vanilla villages here, which is great. Yeah, assuming we, of course, can keep the villagers alive. We have the redwood forest, which is great. We've got, it looks like rocky shrub region. This is all grassland. Like, is that another village down here? Or is that a ruined colony? Man, look at this. We're all the way over here. I mean, it is kind of a, it is a little distant. It's almost 1,000 blocks. It is 1,000 blocks. Really? That's 1,000 blocks? Wow, okay. Whatever you say, game. I mean, I guess 1,000 blocks just doesn't seem like a lot anymore. It used to. I remember the days when it was like 1,000 blocks, that's so far. But like, we went 1,000 blocks, and that didn't even really feel like it took us any time. So, I think that we will set up our colony in this area. You know, we will commandeer this village and its villagers for our colony, basically. High grass. Well, I mean, it certainly is very high. You're not wrong about that. Maybe we build our, like, town hall over here on the little island. I mean, I know I gotta go get the town hall before we can even do that. But it's fine. There's still things that I want to do before I actually, like, build the, you know, actually, like, dedicate an actual, thing here. These are Frostia. Oh, yeah, because that's cascading arcwood, isn't it? I suppose that makes sense. Oh, good. Durians. Look at how much I have to clear out, though. But also look at how kind of easy it is at the same time. So I guess it's not that bad. Well, why don't we build ye old starter house? Ooh, tomatoes. Definitely want some of those. We shall build ye old starter house. Oh, I have the town hall in my inventory. I don't remember grabbing the town hall, but apparently it's in my inventory. Whatever. Is that not? That's what I do wrong. I see. I don't have a crafting table. See, if I had known that we were going to find this area so easily, I would have waited and put the supply camp down here. But I had absolutely no idea that this just was here. Do I not have any stone on me? I have no stone. Making a wooden axe then. What a pain. What a pain it is to start out. Now, we do have the villagers nearby, so we are gonna kind of need to be a little careful. You know, try to get to bed as soon as we can, so that zombies aren't causing us issues. Or I should say, causing them issues. How'd I throw out planks? That was weird. Ah! 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is why I didn't put down any more logs. Thank you, cat. I love when you run across my keyboard and press 30 buttons in the process. Because I wasn't sure if I could actually afford to put the logs down. On one hand, yes, we do have the cherry wood. That we probably won't be able to really use because of, you know, mine colonies and having to follow their, like, blueprints and whatnot. Slabs? Where did my slabs go? Did I not have room in my inventory for the slabs? Did I not make slabs? I thought I just made a bunch of slabs. Slabs! Sleep. Of course, I don't know if Cracrid over there is actually loaded or not when I'm over here. So there may not be like zombies or anything that even spawn over there. And even if it is loaded, like it might be beyond the usual mob spawn range. Because I think mobs can only spawn within a... I think it's like 100 block radius. Less than that, maybe. I believe it starts at like 24 blocks. Do you have to be... I'm a little concerned with this music though. It's supposedly all like free music and it was getting claimed in another mod pack that I did. But that could also all be freaking trolls. Because there are like people who set up they set things up so it's like, oh, claim this music, you know, but they don't actually own any rights to it. They're just hoping that nobody will like fight them. And as soon as somebody does, it's like, oh, well, okay, I can't actually enforce it, so I get no money off that. So it could just be that. But I don't know. I need some wood. I'll just come over here for the little bit of oak wood that I need. I just need to make a couple of chests, basically. And this is spruce wood, not oak wood. This is just as fine. I just was thinking it would be oak wood, and thus I'd be able to pick it up real easy. Where did the wood go? Here it is. Spruce logs. This is one of my like favorite tracks from this though. Like it sounds very like, I want to say medieval. I mean it is. You know, like that's the whole idea, is that this is supposed to be like medieval music. I don't know. I feel like there's a culture, like I want to say Celtic, but I don't know for sure if that's like Celtic music. But if like my game that had that's built around like Celtic mythos had that music in it, I feel like it would fit like easy. But it might not actually be Celtic, so I want to be like, it's Celtic, you know, because it might not be Celtic. Could be completely wrong about that. I don't know. If anybody does know, let me know. We do have spruce saplings, thanks to that. So I'm gonna put them to use. What I don't know is if this coarse dirt is gonna prevent trees and things from growing. I'm not fully familiar with the difference between coarse and regular. That gives me a nice big area. Oh. Okay. I expected that to drop something, and it didn't. It just breaks. Maybe it was shears? Suppose I could just do this, and it saves my exhaustion. And it all instant breaks anyway. This is where Botania would come in really handy. But I don't think Botania's in this, because I haven't seen any of the flowers. Alright, I just really like this music. Like, this is my jam, okay? Like, I don't know, there's something about this kind of music. And I don't know what it is, or really, like, how to word what it is. But I just really like this kind of music. I don't know. It's fun. Just, I don't know, this kind of music is just really fun. So, alright. So this is where we'll build our colony. Now, I'm gonna have to go back and collect our stuff from the other area. And that's gonna be a lot of just running back and forth. And I'm pretty sure most people aren't really interested in seeing that. So what I think, since it's also just really late at night here, and I still have to make the thumbnail and then get it uploaded and all that, you know, before I can, like, get to bed or anything, I think that this will be where we end episode 1. Let me know if you're enjoying this. Once we get into mine colonies, things are gonna really, like, change. Like, things are gonna get, like, real fun and interesting. So, but it's getting into mine colonies. So, it's just, there's just a lot of stuff that you need before you can even think to start it. Unless, I mean, you get stuff from the supply camp. But even then, I wouldn't usually recommend starting mine colonies until you yourself have, like, diamond stuff. You know, at least diamond tools for yourself. Because once you get started on mine colonies, it's a lot of colony management that you have to do and have to focus on before you can really go do other things, even. So I just highly recommend having as much, like, being as ready as you can be before starting a colony, you know? So, I'm just clearing crap out. Like, if we're gonna use this as our, like, main island for our colony, you know, and I want to clear things out. And getting the colonists to clear it out is an absolute pain. So I'd rather just clear it out myself. But yeah, I mean, this has been 2.5 hours. I think that's pretty good to begin with. You know. So I think this will be the start of something pretty cool, I must say. If you've enjoyed the series so far, feel free to subscribe. You can check the playlist to see if there are any more. I don't have enough planks. I only had 4 planks out of that. I need 6 to make a door. But yeah, feel free to check the playlist for more episodes. Sometimes I stream over at twitch.tv/sereneinc. Feel free to come on out and catch any of the videos that I do live. And with that, I suppose I'll see you all next time, hopefully. You know, if you continue to watch. So, sorry, my brain is just entirely focused on clearing all this crap out. So that's why I'm just, like, half focused on an outro. That's why I'm, like, half focused on the outro. So, I said that twice. That's how unfocused on the outro I am. That I would turn around and then say it 3 times. So, nice. Very, very large, empty, clear space. I don't think I have any more room in here. Well, I had a little. Yep. See you later.